You know that feeling when you've carefully loaded the dishwasher, you put the little pot in, you close it up, and then you just totally forget to press start?
Oh, yeah. And you realize it 2 days later when you have literally no clean coffee mugs left.
Exactly. It's that sinking feeling of having to mentally reset and go manage this mundane, repetitive chore all over again.
Right. It's just annoying, busy work.
It really is. And if you've ever felt that specific frustration, you'll immediately grasp the appeal of what we're looking at today. We are diving into a recent release from Cursor.
Which, if you aren't familiar, is a really popular AI-powered code editor.
Right. And they just released these new things called automations. So our mission for this deep dive into the sources today is to explore how these always-on engineering agents are upgrading the software pipeline and essentially doing that digital busy work for you.
Taking it completely off your plate.
Totally. But before we get into exactly how that works, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Embersil.
Yes, Embersil.
If you are listening to this right now and realizing, hey, I need help with AI training or software development, or you just want to uncover where agents can make the most impact for your business, you need to check out embersilk.com.
It's a fantastic resource for teams trying to navigate exactly this kind of transition.
Okay, let's unpack this. Cursor is setting up these automations to act as background workers. But how does an agent actually know when to start working if a human isn't, hitting that start button?
That's where the design is really clever. So these automated agents operate either on a fixed schedule or they wait for specific triggers.
Like what kind of triggers?
A trigger could be a message popping up in Slack, or maybe a developer submitting a new PR, which is a pull request, basically a proposal to merge new code. Or it could even be an automated alert from a system monitoring tool like PagerDuty.
Got it. But once it's triggered, what's stopping it from just running amok on your local machine and breaking things?
Right. Safety is key here. When triggered, the agent instantly spins up the secure, isolated cloud sandbox.
Oh, so it's not even on your local machine.
Exactly. And then it follows your instructions using specific tools and models. It actually verifies its own output. And crucially, it uses a memory tool so it can learn from its past runs.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Because they aren't just, fixing minor typos. They are doing complex code review. The sources talk about agentic code owners.
Right.
But wait, auto-approving code based on an AI's judgment. Isn't that a massive security risk if it gets it wrong?
It's a completely valid concern, which is why they've built in really strict guardrails. The agent analyzes the code based on the blast radius.
Blast radius meaning how much of the app would break if it fails.
Exactly. If the agent determines the blast radius is tiny and it's a low-risk pull request, it just auto-approves it to save time.
Nice.
But if it's a higher risk change, it doesn't approve it. Instead, it automatically assigns up to 2 human reviewers based on who has the best contribution history for that specific part of the code base.
Okay, that makes total sense. It acts more like a triage nurse than the head surgeon. I also saw they mentioned incident response.
Yes, the PagerDuty integration.
Right, so how does an agent handle an emergency alert like a PagerDuty alarm going off at 3 a.m. without a human waking up to investigate?
This is where it gets incredibly practical. Instead of an engineer frantically booting up their laptop in the dark, the agent instantly dives into the Datadog logs.
The diagnostic data showing what's failing on the servers.
Exactly. It cross-references those errors with recent code changes, drops a summary in Slack for the on-call engineer, and even drafts a pull request with a proposed fix.
It does the late-night detective work before you even pour your coffee. That is a massive relief for on-call engineers. And it handles the boring daytime stuff too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's fascinating here is how seamlessly this technology scales down to everyday chores. Think about agents running every single morning to write missing test coverage for yesterday's code.
Or taking a bug report from Slack, checking for duplicates, and creating a tracking ticket.
Right, investigating the root cause and replying in the thread with a neat summary.
Speaking of chores, the example from Abhishek Singh at Rippling really caught my eye. He basically built himself an automated personal assistant.
Yes. He set up an automation where he just drops his scattered meeting notes, task links, and action items into a Slack channel.
And then what? The agent just sorts it out.
Every 2 hours, the agent reads all that, checks his pending code reviews and tracking issues, deduplicates the overlap, and generates a perfectly clean, prioritized dashboard.
It transforms the developer from a manual laborer tracking down links into a high-level manager of their own digital workflow.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean? When you zoom out from the individual dashboards and the late-night fixes, what is the ultimate goal here?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, Cursor is describing a shift toward building a factory that creates your software.
A factory. I like that.
By configuring these agents to continuously monitor and maintain the code base, teams offload the friction. It allows humans to move incredibly fast because the agents have the right tools to do the heavy lifting safely.
Which leaves you with an incredible question to ponder. If AI agents are entirely handling the routine coding chores, the basic security reviews, and the tedious bug fixes, what unprecedented, uniquely human creative heights will you and other engineers reach next?
Exactly. We are entering an era where the mundane barriers to building incredible things are just melting away. It's a hugely optimistic moment.
It really is.
We are gaining the tools to solve vastly more complex global problems simply because we don't have to sweat the small stuff anymore. The future of human ingenuity is blindingly bright.
Absolutely blindingly bright. Well, if you enjoyed this deep dive, please subscribe to the show. Hey, leave us a 5-star review if you can. It really does help get the word out. Thanks for tuning in.